Lose for just the second time in this series against the Denver Nuggets. They're still ahead 3-2. There were 107 points, the lowest total they've had in any game in this series. Donovan Mitchell, 30 points and 5 assists.
First off, before I answer that, I just want to, we all saw the video of the cop shooting Jacob Blake in Wisconsin. I believe it was Wisconsin. I just want to say, first off, I tweeted something that was the truth. This is bigger than just the game. I'm not taking anything from the game, but, man, this is life. And there are times where, a lot of times, where we say we don't feel safe. It doesn't matter how much money, it doesn't matter who you are. And our voices that we use down here, I think, it's very important for us to continue using our voices. It's inexcusable to see stuff like that. Whether, the how do I say this? The common excuse is, oh, you shouldn't have, walked away. You shouldn't have not listened to the cops. That doesn't deserve you to be shot in the back, shot 7 times. That's just inexcusable. And I think that's really what we should focus on. We need to focus on, because the point of us coming down here was to create change, and I feel like we're doing a good job of that, but obviously not good enough. And it's obviously not going to happen overnight, but it's disgusting. And I really don't know how else to describe it. As an African American male, and I have my sister and my mom and my dad and my friends and family. When does it stop? When do we feel comfortable? When do we feel safe? I'm not saying, don't arrest the guy because he's a criminal, but, man, he doesn't deserve to be shot point blank, grabbing his shirt 7 times. It looks like he was just shot on the street. It didn't even look like it was an officer shooting, and I think that's what's even crazy about it. So I just want to get that off my chest, and it's really disappointing. It's tough, man, and I just want this shit to stop. To be completely honest with you, and yeah, that's that. Sorry, can you go repeat your question, Andy? Andy?
Yeah, I'm here with you.
Yeah,
first of all, just talk, what did Jamal Murray do that's tough to guard? And then when you're defending him, does that take away kind of your energy level?
He got hot. He took advantage of a lot of situations. He's a shot maker. No matter who you put on, he's a shot maker, and that's giving him his credit. He's worked at that. He's their go-to guy, him and Joker, and I think we kind of they had a level that we just didn't quite reach, and I think that's just on us. He did a great job getting downhill, getting to the rim, knocking shots down, and for me, just trying to make it tougher on him. He hit tough shots. He made tough moves, and I gotta give him credit. There's nothing else to you give him his credit, and you move on to the next one. And for me, I got to be able to do both. There's nothing. I ended up dunking on the other end. Like there's nothing I feel like I can't do. I feel like I can defend on both sides. Obviously we have great defenders, and I believe in Royce and Joe and Rudy. Don't get me wrong. We have 100% confidence in them. But for me, it's just like if that's what's needed. That's what's needed. I'm gonna do everything my team needs me to do. And unfortunately, like I said, they were at a level that we just didn't reach. They played desperate, and I got to give them credit, because some teams would roll over. They didn't. They kept fighting, especially being down 15.
Kristen Kane, Jazz TV.
John, Coach was saying that you guys had lost some composure in the third quarter, a little distracted and mentally not able to get to the next play at times. What did you see on the floor as far as that, and how do you fight through that, knowing the next one's a big one?
Watch the film and move on. We got to be professionals about it. Understand, we take this lump and move on. Like I said, you got to give them credit where credit's due. They raised their level, and we just didn't match it. That's really it. Nothing special. They've been doing that to us. We played them 8 times this year, 8 or 9 times. So they've done that, and they did a great job of that tonight. We just got to be ready to attack it. And I had a stupid turnover to start in the third quarter. I had 2 or 3 of them. We're looking for fouls, stuff that we haven't done all series. And I think we just kind of got out of our character, and we just got to come back ready to go.
We'll go with Sarah Todd, Deseret News.
Kind of piggybacking off that, Donovan, the fact that you guys lost your composure a little bit and you had sort of those little missteps here and there, does that concern you that happened in a closeout game?
No, not at all. I think we've played a great series up until this point, and I think there's going to be times where you do lose your composure. composure. We did a great job of keeping it throughout this whole series, but there's been some games where, you know, we could go either way, and we've been good at keeping our heads in it. And you know, I think for us, we just got to go out there and continue to do what we do, and we kind of lost that tonight. I don't think it's concerning. I think for us, we just got to not overreact. Get right back to it, get in the gym, take our shots too. We didn't take a lot of shots, and not just in the fourth quarter. We took a lot. We made it tough on ourselves, and I think for us, we've done a great job all series of making the right play, making the right read, and just being at a level that they were at tonight. And I think we'll respond.
Last question is from Eric Walden, Salt Lake Tribune.
Donovan, we saw some things from Denver's defense, especially later in the second half tonight, that we hadn't seen previously in the series. You guys wound up scoring 44 points after halftime. Can you speak to just what they were doing differently, and if that, how you guys off guard at all?
I don't think they did anything differently. I think they just did it better. And like I said, you got to give them their credit. They turned up their intensity, and we weren't ready to match it. I think we played at a level. We played solid all game, and we thought, you know, we kind of thought it was just going to continue that way. And they're competitors. They're fighters over there. They're guys who, you know, don't want to go home. And we didn't play like we wanted to move on in the fourth quarter. They played like they didn't want to go home. Simply put, and you got to give them credit. But we just got to be ready to respond and be ready to have that same intensity from the jump all the way to the fourth quarter next game.
Thanks a ton, Don.
Thank you.
Nikola Jokic